Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I wanted to send out a little warning to Amazon shareholders or those who are thinking about buying Amazon. Amazon is going to be under investigation. According to the Wall Street Journal, the European Union has formally filed charges, antitrust charges, against Amazon, particularly over its treatment of third-party sellers. According to people familiar with the matter, basically they're claiming that Amazon is using data that it's collecting on third-party sellers to obtain an advantage over those sellers when it comes to selling to the customer. The European Union, the European Commission, the bloc's top antitrust regulator, has been honing its case, and the case team has been circulating a draft of the charge sheet for a couple of months. This is a big deal, and this is not a surprise. Amazon has received a lot of scrutiny for its tremendous market power. There are a lot of folks who feel that Amazon is a company that's gotten too big and too strong, too fast, and they're making too much money. So when that happens, they say more money, more problems. Well, also more money, more haters. So Amazon and Jeff Bezos, particularly given that Jeff Bezos' wealth grew to $150 billion during the pandemic, he's kind of become a poster child for everything that's wrong with capitalism. And I don't completely disagree in the sense that, if the guy has $150 billion, you can take $50 billion of that and do a lot of good work with that, help a lot of people, feed a lot of hungry kids, stuff like that. But I'm not going to get on that soapbox for too long. I'll just say that that he's drawn a lot of scrutiny, and I'm really curious to see how he's navigating that, because basically, Amazon has been, this antitrust push has been there for a long time. In the Obama administration and the Trump administration, you have not seen regulators that are really strict on antitrust. So you've got a lot of companies out there that could be hit with antitrust accusations. Apple's one of them. Amazon is another one. And then what's another company? Google. Google is another one that's been hit pretty hard with people saying, look, you have too much market power, things like that. Recently, Elon Musk actually tweeted that Amazon needs to be broken up. And I think that was because he was upset that his friend's book didn't get published on Amazon or something like that. But still, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Democratic president from the Democratic Party, not Joe Biden. I don't think Joe Biden's the guy that would do it. But if, say, an Elizabeth Warren were president, you can pretty much just bet it all that those companies would be under scrutiny, that their monopoly power would be challenged, and also these companies would start getting taxed at a higher rate. So that's what it is. Amazon is probably going to take a little bit of a hit to its stock price. It's really been one of the high flyers in this economy. It's just seen as such a strong company with great management, things like that. So a lot of investors have really invested in the company. But then there's that other price of that. Amazon gets accused of certain mistreatment of workers. They pushed through the coronavirus pandemic and pretty much just said, we're going to keep going, we're going to keep working, we'll just wash our hands and social distance. And that's either a bad decision or a good decision, depending on how you want to look at it. It was good business-wise in the sense that they were the only game in town. So Amazon use actually increased during the pandemic. It was bad in the sense that, you want to believe that, people care about people. But so the question is always, and you guys know we've had this conversation a lot, is how much death is too much death? How much death is too little death? If you say one death is too many, well, then that's not reasonable, because 7,000 people die every single day in the United States just because, from infectious diseases, all kinds of stuff. But if you say that, 1 million deaths is not too many deaths, then that's a problem too, because if 1 million people die, then that's a big deal. So Corona's kind of in the middle, But either way, though, Amazon's going to have some real interesting scrutiny. I think that anybody who gets elected to the White House or any group of new congressmen, like for example, if there's a blue wave in Congress in addition to the White House, you can bet everything that Bezos will probably be brought in front of the country in a set of hearings where they're going to have him answer a bunch of tough questions. But it'll probably be sort of like with Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg went in front of the country. He got all the scrutiny, but then nothing really changed. Facebook still does what Facebook has always done. They still make money by the ton. They're still making returns for their shareholders. So are these hearings really worth anything, or is it sort of just a spectacle, a circus, or a show? I think that they're kind of a spectacle. So I think Bezos is ready for that. Washington Post, he bought Washington Post a long time ago. So if you own the largest media outlet right there in Washington, and then he also bought a gigantic house in Washington so that he could have, politicians over for dinner and, schmooze and lobby and everything else. What do you really think is going to happen to Bezos in the United States? Probably not much. Now, Europe is another story, though. Europe is a lot more liberal about protecting data. They're a lot more liberal about antitrust violations. They're a lot more serious about a lot of the things that we're not serious about anymore. So in Europe, he's probably going to have some issues over there. Just like Google has had issues there, Apple has had issues there. A lot of companies have had issues there. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day. Make sure you subscribe, theblackfinancialchannel.com. And if you haven't learned to buy your first share of stock yet, or you just want to get on our email list so I can send you free stuff, lots of free tips and advice information, go to firstshareofstock.com. That's firstshareofstock.com. So there's a free training right there. You're going to love it. It'll teach you how to use Ameritrade and all that stuff. And don't forget, today is June 11th. So on June 12th, we're going to do Black Movie Night, where we're going to watch a couple Malcolm X speeches and kind of break that down so we can understand how black economics ties into black power, so we can sort of know who we are and where we're going. So if you want to register for Black Movie Night, it's totally free. Go to blackmovienight.net. That's blackmovienight.net. I'll see you.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
See you guys soon. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.